Buying the right helmet could be the difference between life and death. You think you can spot a good one, but that's exactly where you're wrong, because there's a massive deception happening in the motorcycle industry. Retailers are selling helmets that look premium but won't protect your skull the way a properly certified helmet would. Your brain is not a bargaining chip. So today we expose the 8 absolute worst helmets and count down the 6 best that are actually worth your money. Number 1 uses technology that's changing survival rates in motorcycle crashes. Let us start with the trash, starting the countdown of shame at number 8. One Storm Motorcycle Full Face. We are kicking things off with an Amazon special that is currently tricking thousands of new riders every single month. It looks aggressive. It comes in 30 different colors. It is dangerously cheap. And that cheapness will cost you far more than money if you go down wearing it. The safety rating is DOT, the bare minimum legal standard, which in the United States requires only that the manufacturer self-certifies their own product. Nobody external tests it. Nobody checks their work. The DOT sticker means the brand pinky promised the government that their helmet meets a standard. That is the entire quality control process for this category of product. The single reason this helmet is dangerous is the paper-thin ABS plastic shell. A good helmet flexes on impact to absorb and disperse kinetic energy across the largest possible surface area. This shell cracks. It does not flex. It does not absorb. It shatters and transfers the full force of impact directly into the EPS foam, which is also inadequate. The fake top vents are the part pointer moment here. They are cosmetic plastic pieces glued to the shell. They do nothing for airflow. They exist purely to make this helmet look like something it is not. If you spend $50 on a helmet, you are telling the world you have a $50 head. Do not buy this. The One Storm is cosmetic deception dressed as safety equipment. Number 7 looks slightly more credible on paper, but the internal engineering is a disaster that will deliver crash energy directly to your brain instead of absorbing it. Dropping down to number 7, Yema YM915. The Yema YM915 claims to deliver maximum protection for under $70. That claim requires you to not understand how helmet foam works, and the brand is counting on that. The safety rating is DOT self-certified, which as we just established means nothing in terms of independent verification. The core issue is the EPS foam liner, the part that is doing all the protective work in the event of a crash. Premium helmets use dual-density or multi-density EPS foam, softer outer layers that begin absorbing energy from lower speed impacts, progressively denser inner layers that handle catastrophic impacts at high speed. This system manages the rate at which energy is transferred to your skull. The Yema uses a rock-hard single-density foam block. There is no graduated absorption. When your head hits the asphalt, that energy travels straight through the foam and into your skull in a single unmanaged spike. The rigid single-density EPS liner is the part pointer. It is the component that condemns this helmet as inadequate. Budget commuters looking for a quick fix are exactly the audience this helmet preys on. Save the $65 towards something that actually protects you. Single density foam is a ticking time bomb on your head. Number 6 introduces a different category of failure. The modular helmet done cheaply, with a convenience feature designed to make life easier, becomes the exact point where protection collapses. Arriving at number 6, Bilt Nomad Modular. Modular helmets are convenient. The ability to flip the chin bar up at a fuel stop or a toll booth is a real quality of life benefit that millions of riders enjoy. But the flip mechanism introduces a structural weak point that a cheap manufacturer cannot engineer around at $100. The Bilt Nomad is the proof of that statement. The safety rating is DOT only, meaning no ECE 22.06, no Snell, no independent third-party verification of any kind. The injection molded plastic shell lacks the energy-dispersing properties of the multi-composite shells found on helmets costing 3 times as much. But the specific failure mode that makes this dangerous is the flimsy visor base plate, the part pointer, which is the structural junction where the visor mechanism meets the shell. At highway speeds, the aerodynamic lift is massive and unrefined, creating fatigue-inducing buffeting that is a distraction hazard before you ever get to the crash scenario. The chin bar locking mechanism feels wildly unrefined. If you go down face first, a budget latch is the only thing between your jaw and the pavement. That is not a bet worth making at $100. Highway riders doing more than 40 miles per hour should avoid this helmet and everything in its price category. Subscribe right now if you want honest gear reviews delivered every single week. Reviews that are not paid for by the brands we cover. We tell you the truth because your brain depends on it. The Bilt is a cheap modular done badly. Number 5 is the result of a tech company deciding they could build a safety device. And the specific way they got it, catastrophically wrong, will make you never look at a built-in Bluetooth helmet the same way again. Counting down to number 5, Freedcon BM2S Modular. What happens when a consumer electronics company decides to build a motorcycle safety device? You get a helmet that prioritizes features over physics. The Freedcon BM2S has a DOT and ECE 22.05 rating. Note that 05, not 06, meaning it was certified to the older, less stringent standard that the industry has since superseded. The single reason to avoid this helmet is the weight, because Freedcon shoved a cheap Bluetooth module, a massive battery, and the electronics to support them into a low-grade plastic shell. The bulky integrated Bluetooth module, the part pointer, makes this helmet ridiculously heavy relative to its price point. This matters catastrophically in a crash. Every additional ounce of helmet weight increases the rotational torque applied to your neck during impact. Rotational force is now understood by helmet safety researchers to be the primary cause of serious brain injury in motorcycle accidents, more dangerous than direct linear impacts in many scenarios. The MIPS and spin systems used by premium helmet manufacturers exist specifically to manage rotational force. The Freedcon adds weight that amplifies it. Skip the gimmick. Buy a lightweight quality helmet and a separate Bluetooth unit if you need communications. Commuters tempted by cheap built-in communications. The convenience is not worth the biomechanical risk. Weight is the enemy of your neck in a crash. Number 4 looks impressive thanks to aggressive Instagram marketing, but the specific generation you will find at a discount tells a very different story from the brand's social media presence. Sliding into number 4, Ruroc Atlas 3.0 secondhand. Ruroc built their entire brand on aggressive visual identity. The helmets look like something a Marvel villain would wear. The Instagram marketing is world-class. And to their credit, the newer Atlas 4.0 models represent a genuine improvement in quality. But the older 3.0 generation floating around the used market right now is a different story. And the internet is full of discounted 3.0s looking for new owners who do not know the difference. The safety rating is ECE 22.05 and DOT. Again, the outdated ECE standard, not the current 06. But the functional failure of the 3.0 is the poorly sealed visor gasket, the part pointer, which is infamous among owners for letting in water and whistling like a boiling kettle at 60 miles per hour. At sustained highway speeds, the wind noise from the failed visor seal creates massive rider fatigue. The blind spots created by the aggressive visor design are dangerous in traffic. And beyond all of that, there is a fundamental principle to reemphasize here. Never buy a used helmet, ever. You cannot see whether the EPS liner has been compromised by a previous impact. The foam that was designed to protect you may have already done its job once, invisibly, and now offers zero residual protection. The $200 price tag for a second-hand compromised helmet with known sealing issues is a terrible deal. Street Fighter riders fooled by social media ADS. Buy the current generation or buy a different brand entirely. Ruroc's marketing is world-class. Their 3.0 was not. Number 3 is the helmet that makes cruiser riders feel rebellious, and in a crash, it will leave the most important part of your face with zero protection, while you are still wondering why physics does not respect your aesthetic choices. The Hall of Shame continues at number 3. Daytona Skull Cap Half Helmet. Cruiser riders, this entry is specifically for you. The appeal of the skull cap half helmet is real. The wind, the freedom, the visual identity of the cruiser culture. Nobody is questioning that aesthetic. What physics is questioning, loudly and without any regard for your feelings, is whether that aesthetic is worth your jaw, your shine, and your face. The safety rating is barely. The coverage is catastrophically inadequate. Over 45% of all motorcycle crash impacts occur on the chin and face. The Daytona skull cap leaves all of that exposed. The non-existent chin and jaw protection is the part pointer because the entire absence of that structure is the thing that makes this helmet dangerous. The skull cap meets the bare legal minimum to keep you from getting a ticket in states with helmet laws, but it will do nothing for your jaw, your teeth, or your chin when you slide across the pavement. It covers the top of your skull. It does not cover the parts of your skull that statistically take the most hits in a crash. Riders who prefer looking tough over keeping their teeth, physics does not negotiate. Buy a full-face helmet. The skull cap is legal minimum dressed up as a lifestyle choice. Number 2 is an Amazon bestseller with a built-in Bluetooth system, and the specific component where the manufacturer cut costs to afford those electronics is the exact component protecting your lower jaw. Hit that like button right now. We are about to get into the 2 most dangerous helmets on this list, and then reveal the 6 that will actually protect you. One tap helps push this toward every rider who needs to see it. Almost at the bottom at number 2, ILM Bluetooth Modular. The ILM Bluetooth Modular is an Amazon bestseller. It has thousands of 5-star reviews from people who have not yet crashed while wearing it. The safety rating is DOT, self-certified, and questionable. When a helmet costs $150 and includes built-in Bluetooth, integrated speakers, a modular flip mechanism, and a full visor system, you have to ask a very simple question. Where did they cut costs? The answer is exactly where you do not want them to. The cheap plastic chin bar latch mechanism and the part pointer is the component that condemns this helmet. Modular helmet latches on premium products, like the Schuberth C5, use heavy-duty metal-on-metal mechanisms that have been independently certified to hold under crash forces. The ILM latch is a budget plastic clip built to a price point that had to accommodate speakers, a battery, and a Bluetooth chipset. It is known to fail on impact. In a face-first crash, the chin bar flies open at the moment you need it most. The brand has 0 racing heritage, 0 independent safety testing heritage, and 0 institutional accountability for the safety of the product they are selling. Anyone who values a functioning lower jaw, do not trust your face to a plastic clip made by a company whose primary expertise is consumer electronics. The ILM is a crash waiting to happen with speakers in it. But number 1 on the worst list is not just a bad helmet. It is a lethal costume piece with a fake safety sticker on the back that is actively deceiving riders into believing they have protection when they have none whatsoever. The most dangerous helmet on the market at number 1, generic German-style Novelty helmet. This is not a bad helmet. This is not even a helmet. This is a lethal accessory wearing a fake dot sticker. Generic German-style Novelty helmets, the flat, low-profile, Weibo-inspired costume pieces sold at swap meets, online marketplaces, and budget motorcycle accessory stores, have 0 EPS foam inside. 0. The fake DOT sticker on the back is the part pointer. It is counterfeit, applied to a product that has never been submitted for any certification test of any kind. It is just a piece of thin plastic covered in fabric. When you crash while wearing one of these, it does not absorb impact. It does not flex. It does not slow the deceleration of your skull. It splits open instantly and offers precisely the same protection as wearing no helmet at all, with the added danger of a false sense of security that may have encouraged riding decisions you would not otherwise have made. It is illegal in states with helmet certification laws. It is fatal in any crash of meaningful velocity. $30 for a costume piece with fake safety credentials is the single worst purchase a motorcycle rider can make. There is nothing to recommend here. If you own one of these, throw it away today. The trash is cataloged. Now let us talk about the helmets that earned their reputation. These 6 helmets were engineered by people who understand impact physics, who submit their products to independent testing, and who lose sleep over rider safety. Kicking off the good list at number 6, Scorpion XOR1 Evo Air. You do not have to spend $1,000 to get MotoGP level protection. The Scorpion EXOR1 Evo Air proves that with a dual DOT and ECE 22.06 rating, that 06 matters, because ECE 22.06 is the current highest international standard for motorcycle helmet safety, requiring independent laboratory testing that the manufacturer does not control and cannot influence. This helmet passes it at $400. The standout feature is the proprietary AirFit inflation pump on the chin bar, the part pointer. By pumping a small bladder built into the interior structure, you inflate the cheek pads to a custom fit every single time you ride. This is not a comfort gimmick. Helmet fit is one of the most critical safety factors in any helmet's performance. A poorly fitted helmet rotates on impact, dramatically increasing rotational brain injury. The AirFit system gives you a precisely locked-in fit regardless of the minor variations in your face shape day to day. The shell is shockingly light for the price. It passes ECE 22.06 effortlessly. Track day enthusiasts and sport bike riders on a budget, this is your entry point into legitimate protection. The Scorpion is genuine safety. at a price that demolishes every excuse for buying something worse. Number 5 moves into the premium tier with a shell construction so sophisticated it blends carbon fiber, aramid fiber, and fiberglass in a single matrix. And the ventilation will make you feel like you are not wearing a helmet at all. Moving up to number 5, HJC RPHA 12. HJC is South Korea's answer to the European premium helmet manufacturers, and they have been quietly winning that argument for a decade. The RPHA 12 carries dual dot and ECE 22.06 certification and sits in the premium tier of the market at $500, without asking you to take out a second mortgage to afford it. The shell uses HJC's premium integrated matrix PIM Evo construction. The advanced multi-stage top vents are the part pointer, but the shell material is the real story. HJC blends carbon aramid fiber, and fiberglass in a single continuous matrix. Each material contributes different properties. Carbon fiber provides rigidity to maintain shell shape under impact. Aramid fiber provides toughness to prevent catastrophic shell fracture, and fiberglass provides the flexibility to absorb and disperse energy across the widest possible area. The result is elite impact dispersion at a weight that rivals helmets costing twice as much. The ventilation system is extraordinary. When you open the multi-stage top vents at highway speed, the airflow through the interior is, as the saying goes, basically a hurricane inside your helmet. Aerodynamic stability is outstanding. Sport touring and aggressive street riders who demand maximum value at $500. The RPHA 12 is the benchmark of this price tier. The RPHA 12 is a premium shell at a non-premium price. Number 4 is the choice of adventure riders who need protection that works on highways and dirt roads, and the shell shape itself is the engineering innovation that sets it apart from everything else in its category. Arriving at number 4, Arai XD5. If the pavement ends and the dirt begins, there is one helmet manufacturer that adventure riders trust above all others, Arai. The XD5 carries dual dot and Snell M 2020 certification, Snell being the most rigorous independent motorcycle helmet testing standard in the world, administered by a non-profit organization with no commercial relationship with any helmet manufacturer. Passing Snell means surviving impacts that lesser helmets fail. The defining feature of every Arai helmet and the round R75 shell shape is the part pointer, is the philosophy that the shell shape itself is a safety system. Arai builds their shells in a continuous, smooth, round shape, with no protrusions, no sharp edges, no aggressive vents jutting from the surface. This design is specifically engineered to glance off obstacles in a crash rather than catching on them. When a helmet catches on an obstacle mid-crash, the sudden deceleration of the shell while your head continues rotating multiplies rotational forces catastrophically. Arai's round shell reduces this by deflecting contact points away from the head. Every shell is hand-built. The quality control is obsessive. The XD5 is a fortress for your brain, whether you are on a motorway or a mountain trail. Adventure riders who split their time between the highway and the dirt. The Arai XD5 is the only reasonable choice at its price point. Subscribe right now. We are about to reveal the safest modular ever built and the #1 street helmet on the market. Do not leave before you see number 1. It is a different category of protection. The Arai is hand-built perfection for the adventure rider. Number 3 is how you do a modular helmet correctly, and the specific latch mechanism that makes it safe is the exact opposite of what the ILM and Bilt Nomad tried to get away with. Counting down to number 3, Schuberth C5. Remember the Bilt Nomad Modular and the ILM Bluetooth Modular from the worst list? The plastic latches, the unrefined flip mechanisms, the DOT-only certifications? The Schuberth C5 is what a modular helmet looks like when safety engineers build it instead of cost accountants. The safety rating is DOT and ECE 22.06 critically with P/J homologation. That designation means the helmet has been independently certified as protective whether the chin bar is in the up or down position. The chin bar is a separate homologated riding position, not a convenience feature bolted onto a fixed face helmet. The heavy-duty metal-on-metal chin bar latch is the part pointer. It is the engineering decision that separates the Schuberth from every budget modular on the market. This latch is tested to withstand crash forces. It is not open under impact. The interior is extraordinarily quiet. Schuberth spent years perfecting the aerodynamic seal between the shell and the neck roll, reducing wind noise to levels that prevent rider fatigue on 500-mile days. The integrated communication system socket is built into the shell architecture, not added as an afterthought. Long-distance tourers who want convenience without sacrificing safety, the Schuberth C5 is the only modular helmet we recommend without reservation. The Schuberth is a modular masterpiece. Number 2 is the lightest ECE 22.06 full-face road helmet in the world. And if you have ever finished a long ride with neck fatigue so severe you can barely turn your head, you will understand immediately why that specific achievement matters. Up to number 2, AGV K6S. Neck fatigue is a real safety issue that does not get discussed enough. A rider whose neck is fatigued after 2 hours is a rider whose head turns are slower, whose mirror checks are less frequent, and whose emergency reaction time is compromised. The AGV K6S exists to solve that problem. The safety rating is DOT and ECE 22.06. At approximately 2.9 pounds, the K6S is among the lightest certified full-face road helmets at any price point. The carbon aramid fiber shell weave is the part pointer. AGV utilized a MotoGP-derived process, combining carbon fiber for rigidity with aramid fiber for toughness, offering structural strength while eliminating weight. The shell is so light that wearing it feels different from the first moment. The physics of your head movement through corners and sustained motorway riding are all different when the weight on your neck is dramatically reduced. Sport and naked bike riders who fight the wind all day and arrive with a stiff neck. The AGV K6S will change your riding experience. The AGV defies gravity and protects your neck simultaneously. And now, number 1, the undisputed king of the street, the benchmark that every other brand is measured against, and the helmet that uses technology that is changing the survival rate of motorcycle crashes. And the absolute best at number 1, Shoei RF-1400. The Shoei RF-1400 is not just the best helmet on this list. It is the benchmark against which every other street helmet in the world is measured. Shoei has been building helmets for 60 years. They have 0 commercial shortcuts in their manufacturing process. Every helmet leaves their factory having passed internal testing standards that exceed the Snell and ECE certifications the finished product carries. The Multiply Matrix AIM Plus shell is the part pointer. AIM Plus Advanced Integrated Matrix is Shoei's proprietary construction that weaves multiple layers of fiberglass and organic fibers in a cross-matrix layup capable of managing impacts from any direction with exceptional energy dispersion. The visor seals with a precision that makes riding at highway speeds dramatically less fatiguing. The aerodynamics are so silent that first-time Shoei wearers frequently check whether their helmet is fitted correctly because they have never experienced this level of quiet. The Snell M2 certification guarantees it survives a massive impact that would destroy lesser helmets. The weight is balanced so precisely that the helmet disappears on your head within minutes. At $600, the Shoei RF-1400 is not the most expensive helmet on the market. It is simply the best performing one at any price. If you have the budget, buy the Shoei. Stop researching. Stop comparing. Just buy it. 8 helmets that will fail you. 6 that will protect you. The difference between them is not just money. It is independent testing, engineering integrity, and the decision to treat your brain as something worth protecting. Do not cheap out on your head. Click the video showing on your screen right now to continue the ride. Subscribe to our channel and like this video, and put your helmet on when you hit the road.